Hello, 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 hello. Hey, what's up? Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. I want to thank you all for your likes, shares, and your comments. And please, before I get into my spiel, right, I need you to subscribe for more of this content, okay? So, the whole goal of this channel is to inspire, to awaken, to give wisdom, to truly inspire your soul to evolve, okay? And give you encouragement, right? To give you confirmation on certain things. Okay. So everybody understands, anybody in the spiritual community has heard something about the 23rd of September, how those in the religious community believe that there was going to be a rapture. Okay. See, the religious community thinks in the black and white, basically. Okay. That's what they were thinking. Hey, bless their soul. Hey, they're on track. They believed they were going to go up to heaven. That was going to be their day. See, something greater happened than that. Okay, a rapture did happen. See, if you remember Charlie Kirk's passing and that ignition, that fire, that flame, more people started coming, just believing in God, right? Want to go to church, want to turn their selves over to the source, the creator, right? Connecting again. See, millions upon millions of people worldwide were doing that. They were waking up. See, that was the rapture. See, dead minds were waking up. See, people were being separated, people going on YouTube, people out there in the world cursing Charlie Kirk's death in his life and all of that, right? You really got to see the evil in him. You really got to see the demons, right? You really got to see out in the world they were one way, but then they go on their YouTube. You know, they pretend to be Christian on the outside, but then they go on their YouTube talking about death and all that. See, that was a separation. See, that was the dead waking up. You understand the dead waking up, the waking up to light, wanting to live again. See, that was a rapture. It's how big and how impactful it was. See. So what I'm going to go on to next, guys. I'm just trying to make this as impactful video as I can. See, one of a lot of things that we're going through, guys, is we're realizing that our family have been karmics for a very long time. All right. And we're just now kind of, I've known it for a while, but people are waking up and they're realizing that. Okay. See, I want to take you back to my last video where I talked about we're containers, right? Our soul, our container contains our soul, our light, right? See, when you were born into this world, your parents were your karmics, and they birthed you, and that was the container. See, and they knew that they knew who you were before who you knew you were going to be, right? They knew that you weren't their spiritual family because you're for most of us, our family, they were witches, they were in covens, they were, you know, they used to go out in the woods and they'd do sacrifices, all of these things before the internet. There were actual witch covens, right? Real, like sacrificial, all those things. See, our family were that way, right? Especially for the chosen ones. We came into the world where our family were witches, warlocks, all of these things, right? Or they were connected to that. See, and they knew that you were going to be something substantial in this world, that your light was going to envelop or engulf their darkness. They knew that, so they needed to cause as many fractures in your life. They needed to keep you low. They needed to move you everywhere. They need you to feel paranoid. They even introduced you to drugs, all of those things to keep you low, to keep you docile, to brainwash you, right? In essence, they wanted you to walk down the dark path and not the light you were bound to be in. And if you called them on it, right? If you woke up and you start calling them on it, they gaslight you, right? Stuff like that. So if you're in that, if you're in that season right now where you're realizing your family are karmics and that they've been hurting you all along and wanted to keep you low, keep that to your chest. Okay, evolve, go down your path. Okay, just know that your spiritual family is out there. Okay, you're always welcome here. See, if you know in your heart that and you might be doing dark stuff right now. You know in your heart there's something bigger, something greater that you're supposed to do, and all these people have been keeping you low, dense, doing evil, and make you to believe that you're supposed to be that way. See, they probably knew who you were before you knew who you were going to be. That's the kind of season we're in right now. So if you're in that awakening process and you know you're meant to do great things in this world, don't listen to them because they've made it their job. They've made it their mission to keep you as insane as possible, to gaslight you everywhere, to implant people into your life at very pivotal moments, all right? To put handlers into your life, stuff like that, right? To keep people, even as far as gang stalking you, stuff like that. So you'll know it, you'll see it, and it's not right. It's not right. But that's what you put in this earth to learn these things, to awaken you to your true potential. Your true potential. That's what I had to go through. I had to go through a lot. I had to go through a lot. We're just going to keep it there. I had to go through a lot, right? And it took such a long time because the people who really tried to keep me low, they were good at it for a little while. They were good at it for a little while. And they kept so much chaos in my life at so many different avenues. They wanted me to second guess myself. They wanted me to believe that I was all sorts of crazy and all these things. Why? Because at the end of the day, they knew if I was going to say anything about them, they could say that I'm just crazy. I take pills. I do all that. Back then, that's what they were depending on. See? So if you just see something like that, your family, you're waking up and realizing that they're karmics, keep it close to your chest because they don't want you to know that. It's sort of like stay quiet, stay low, not low like dense, but keep that close to your chest and start tuning into channels like mine. Start tuning into like-minded individuals, right? Keep it low, keep it quiet, because your mission in life is important. Many of the oppositions out there they're probably earth angels and they don't even know it. They just haven't awakened yet, and their family probably knows that they are. They probably know that they're chosen, but they haven't gone through the awakening process yet, and they've been working overtime to ensure that not to happen. But this is our season. This is our era. See, we are awakening to 1,000 years of peace. The earth, 1,000 years of peace. The chosen ones are waking up. Our light, our energy is enveloping the dark. They wanted to keep as many of us low, keep our flame barely trickling, right? Just enough to where they could siphon off our energy. See, there's a lot to this video. I know there is, but if you could look at anything that you could take away from this video, is that you're important, you're special, and you know it. And you even want to run out and tell people, don't do that. Because you have to realize this is the season of the karmics. The divide has happened. They're scared of you waking up. They're scared of that. They will go to lengths to make sure that you don't remember. They will go to dark, dark, dark lengths. They will move mountains to ensure that. But don't let that scare you. Don't let that scare you one iota. They don't want you to step into your power. They don't want you to. Why? Because you are protected, and they want you to believe that you're not. See, they thrive on illusions. They thrive on gaslighting, and you know it. Don't fall for that okie doke. Don't fall for it. All right. So don't give your enemies. I don't even like saying enemies because they're family, right? Loved ones. You've been around your entire life. I don't like saying that, but don't give them the ammunition to keep you low. All right. So I want to thank you for stopping by and spending your time with me. I appreciate you. I see you. You have potential and you know it. So please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Namaste.